Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay. We're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Ball teed up, Austin Seibert out for the kick. And we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Complete, Derrick Henry. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. To the 10. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But they put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Normally, when we say somebody's on skates, we're talking about that offensive lineman, right? Driven right back to the quarterback. But I think it's applicable for the entire offense to be on skates. 2 plays, 2 negative plays. Got to find something positive here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Jackson now on 3rd. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And it stays a 1-possession game at 7 points.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Daniels on 1st down. Complete out to the right side. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short.
Three. Third. Ready.
Robinson on the inside give. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Lion. Three.
Daniels from the pistol. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete, it's McLaurin. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Here we go.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Out of the gun, Daniels. Throw complete to Eckler. And he's tackled for no gain. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Commanders with some work to do, trailing in this game. Third and 4 coming up now.
Let's go now.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. It's taken in by Eckler. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Robinson does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well...
Touchdown, Washington! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Come on, up. Hey, hey. Get up.
From the gun, Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off. That's Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders have the football at what looks to be the 37-yard line. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, well, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Hey, smash Bronco. Hey. Let go.
Play fake here, Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. Has room down the left sideline. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Daniels coming back after that pick. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Now we're on with Robinson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. This is Eckler on second. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders put 6 on their side as they reach the end zone. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. He saw that running lane pretty early, you could tell. A quick burst got him to it, through it, and then into a foot race down the field.
And there's the challenge defensively. With a group that has this much speed and athleticism, you're late for just a second. You lose your eyes for just a second, Kate, and he is gone once you touch the second level.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Here's Steven Sims with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
180.
Lamar now from the gun. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
180. Nice shot. 180. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Now it's Terry McLaurin on the target. So they're left facing third and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
It's caught. Eckler. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Check, Mash. Check, Mash.
First and 10, around to Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
Well, that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit, and he couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. Three quarters in the books from this one. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down.
Come on, come on.
We send a man in motion. He's back to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
On second down, Robinson. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Get it?
That's complete right side. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead to 7. Seibert now to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow their lead to 8. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go ahead. Sit up.
Play fake. Jackson. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Middle. Sit up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, Ozzy, sit up. Sit up.
Throwing again is Lamar. Completed to Flowers. And that will not be enough for a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Working quickly here. Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go.
They send a tight end in motion. On the give, here's Robinson. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. To throw, Daniels. Able to hit Robinson, complete. Get some space around midfield. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Commanders leading by 8. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Got a man. Robinson has it. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On the go.
They've got first down from the 31. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Ready.
He'll look to throw it. They did it! He made the interception! Marcus Williams has it. And the Ravens see the return go out of bounds. And that is how this game's going to end. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from Baltimore.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, Daniels. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Come on, come on.
To the air goes Daniels. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., 47 yards. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will go to Henry out wide. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That one out wide and intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Daniels. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Bates. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
I And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Daniels. And a dump off here to Robinson. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Here's Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words.
And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
13.
Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 27 yards. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter to play. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson to about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down and 6 now.
Let's go now. Hey, check that. Street. Go, Rig, go. Ready.
Again, it's Robinson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Past the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, 48 yards. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they've got it as we resume action. Seibert now to kick this thing away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He completes it to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help.
Here's a diving catch right side. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Again, Jackson. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now Jackson. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up second down. But with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
He'll find Bateman once more. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Throwing the out route, and Crowder makes the catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw is Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Okay, ready? 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Daniels looking to throw. Quick slant to Crowder. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this to Eckler. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Off the play fake, Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Jackson now.
That's going deep for Bateman. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And for Jackson, this may be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Play action. It's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
As they've got it to the 28-yard line. Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Okay,
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Hurt. Let's go now. Ready?
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin.
And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Here's Jackson. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Come on now. Over the middle, zone coverage while all the eyes are back to the quarterback so they see the ball thrown. How do they get that completed?
Well, they got the hand on it. They tipped it. Just a lucky play for the offense, right?
It was, and for the defense, almost demoralizing. That's one that they should have because they see that play developing all the way through.
A short throw caught by Andrews.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Jackson throwing once more. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. Henry will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ready, set. Ready, set, go.
And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
Get it. Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Daniels going to throw for it. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line. Now Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Again, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Out to Bateman toward the sideline. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Hey, middle. Go.
Throwing, Jackson. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry from a yard out. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the 2-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for onside kick.
They would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now on that 2-point conversion. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go. Ready.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing now is Daniels. He's got Eckler.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Daniels.
And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. Off the play fake, Daniels.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here's Jackson.
And that is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
13.
Jackson.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Jackson. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Jackson to throw.
Flushed out right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. For the short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Second down, goal to go. Now Jackson.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now Jackson. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Commanders 28. Justin Tucker to be kicked off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 19 Lions. Hey, smash. Ready, ready?
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught at the 10. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd. Carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 49.
This is 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Jackson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.